Hi everyone, Bernard here on behalf of MovieGameNostalgia.com. It's our regular look at what's on at basically the UK cinema and obviously the movie theatres near you, depending on what territory you're in. This is for Friday the 14th of February 2020, so maybe similar in other territories, but obviously please seek out in your own area where these films are available on your own cinemas and movie theatres. Right, so four films to look at this week. Again, always different, always a good mix of films on these release dates. The first one I'm going to look at is Emma. It's a U certificate, 2 hours 4 minutes, a comedy drama, directed by Orson de Wilde and written by Eleanor Catton, based on the 1815 novel of the same name, of course, by Jane Austen. And the film stars Anya Taylor-Joy, Johnny Flynn, and Bill Nighy. The story, well, if you don't know the story, here we go. Jane Austen's beloved comedy about finding your equal and earning your happy ending is reimagined in this. Handsome, clever, and rich Emma Woodhouse is a restless queen bee without rivals in her sleepy little town. In this glittering satire of social class and the pain of growing up, Emma must adventure through misguided matches and romantic missteps to find the love that has been there all along. Any good? Well, it's getting good reviews on the aggregator website Rotten Tomatoes. It's getting a 7.6 out of 10, which is really healthy. On the Metascore rating, which is Internet Movie Database critics, they're giving it 7.5 out of 10, and the critics rate it between 6 and 8.5, so no real negativity. The Hollywood Reporter's Karen James rated it 7 out of 10, and did right. De Wilde and Catton deliver a largely faithful and unchallenging adaptation, beautifully staged and sharply acted by a cast adept at balancing wit and romance. So I think you know what you're going to get with Emma, don't you? It's a U certificate. Again, for fans of people who love the Jane Austen stuff and that sort of period drama, I think it's a shoo-in, isn't it, to go and watch that one. Right, the next one we're going to look at is this one. So I've got a little picture of it on the thumbnail. If you saw the thumbnail, I'm looking forward to this one. I must admit, I'm a big fan of Doubleday in the old days in the 70s when Fantasy Island came out. I was a really big fan of that, obviously. And we've got an interesting looking version. It's a PG-13, so not for kids, obviously. An hour and 30 minutes, an adventure, comedy, horror. So they are a bit of everything. It's what is it? Well, it's an American supernatural horror comedy directed by Jeff Wadlow, based on ABC's 1977 television series of the same name. Of course, here in the UK, it was something you had to watch every week. Fantasy Island. It was really popular. I'm sure it was popular throughout the world. It was created by Gene Levitt in the 70s, and this version stars Michael Peña, Maggie Q, Lucy Hale, Austin Stowell, Portia Doubleday, Jimmy O. Yang, Ryan Hansen, and Michael Rooker. And the storyline, well, the enigmatic Mr. Rourke makes the secret dreams of his lucky guests come true at a luxurious but remote tropical resort. But when the fantasies turn into nightmares, the guests have to solve the island's mystery in order to escape with their lives. What's it like? Well, it's been described as a mix of Westworld, which I like, old and new, meets Cabin in the Woods, which I did like, centering on a group of contest winners who arrive at an island hotel to live out their dreams, only to find themselves trapped in a nightmare scenario. So yeah, I mean, I've checked out the trailers. It looks absolutely superb. Please check back. I'll be doing obviously more in-depth reviews on most of these films in the coming weeks. So please come back. Well, that does look, just watch the trailers. It does look quite exciting, Fantasy Island. I'm really one of the films I'm looking forward to. It's there's a lot of films come out. You think, yeah, I'll watch that. But there's some you think, oh yeah, I can't wait to watch that. So any more information, I'll let you know as soon as I've got it. And the next one, which I've checked out on the trailers and looks quite entertaining. It's a little thing called Sonic the Hedgehog, PG rating, an hour and 39 minutes, a family action adventure. I mean, the game was a bane of my life when the kids were little. I was useless at it. It was all happened too fast for me, that game, but the kids loved it, obviously, when it was available many moons ago. It's an adventure comedy film based on the video game franchise published by Sega. The film is directed by Jeff Fowler in his feature directorial debut from a screenplay by Pat Casey and Josh Miller. It stars James Marsden, Jim Carrey, and Ben Schwartz as the voice of Sonic the Hedgehog. What's the story? Well, it's based on the global blockbuster video game franchise from Sega. Sonic the Hedgehog tells the story of the world's speediest hedgehog as he embraces his new home on Earth. In this live-action adventure comedy, Sonic and his new best friend Tom, James Marsden, team up to defend the planet from the evil genius Dr. Robotnik, of course, Jim Carrey, and his plans for world domination. Early signs weren't great on this. Sonic the Hedgehog was initially scheduled to be released in the United States in November 2019, but after an overwhelmingly negative reaction to the first trailer, Paramount delayed the film in order to redesign Sonic. I mean, yeah, people were complaining about how he looked. The redesign was shown in a new trailer, which was well received for its tone and humour, with Sonic's appearance receiving particular praise, with many noting a closer resemblance and similarities to Sonic's main appearance in the games. I mean, why didn't they do that in the first place? Yeah, I've watched the trailer. There's a little hint, and I mean, I'm hoping this isn't a negative thing, a little hint of the 90s Street Fighter film about it, if you remember that. And I'm thinking of Dr. Robotnik versus Bison. Obviously, I'm talking Raul Julia, played by Jim versus Jim Carrey. And there is that little bit of a feel to it watching the trailers. And I'm fingers crossed. I am hoping, obviously, we don't have the same quality as we got with Street Fighter back in the day. If you remember the Street Fighter film with was it Van Damme in the lead role? I can't remember now, but obviously Raul Julia. But the characters, Dr. Robotnik and Bison, do look quite similar in how they look and perhaps in the mannerisms as well. So it'd be interesting. I am sort of looking forward to watching Sonic the Hedgehog, even though I was absolutely useless at the game anyway. But on to the next one, onto the last one we're going to look at today. Is called Spycies, Spycies. It's a PG, an hour and 39 minutes, a comedy action animation. So yeah, another animation to go at. Directors Guillaume Ivanil and Zil Zhang. Stars the voices of obviously Karen Strassman, Monsieur, Poulpe, and Davy Mourier. What's it about? Well, Vladimir is a highly skilled but disobedient secret agent, and he gets left to rot for his attitude on an offshore platform, watching over a top-secret material, the Raduizite. There, he is compelled to team up with Hector, a rookie agent whose only wish is to play video games and watch soap operas. Following an intrusion on the platform, this unusual team rush into a crazy investigation inside an even crazier hospital. There, they'll have to find the stolen Raduizite and discover the truth about a climate threat which endangers species on the brink of extinction. So what's the early ratings on that one? Internet Movie Database, well, it's only getting a 5.7 out of 10, which isn't great. One of the users, Nighy XAS, on the 2nd of February gave it 7 out of 10, which is reasonable, and wrote, despite some Russian and Chinese references, this is a good and easy movie for all ages. While the start of the movie wasn't very promising, it does get better. It has some deep message about climate change, some adult jokes, great soundtrack, and super realistic animation. Well, that's the little film called Spycies, which is always out and obviously also out, and probably a bit of a challenge to Sonic. I'm not too sure with the Spycies. Again, I watched the trailers. It does look interesting, but we don't know too much about that. So if I get a review, I'll be back on here to let you know about that. And that's it this week. So we'll say we've got interesting films. Emma, obviously, with the Jane Austen adaptation. Fantasy Island, which I'm really keen on watching. Sonic the Hedgehog, which I'm quite keen on watching. And something called Spycies, which, again, early indications, it looks a little bit watchable. If you get to see any of these, please let me know in the comments below what you think of them, or follow me on Twitter. Let me know on there. I'm on Twitter at nostalgia_movie, and I'm on Facebook at Bird and with links to movie game nostalgia.com for my website for older, rarer DVDs, posters, and board games. So please let me know if you get to see any of these. And as I say, keep your eyes open for specials and reviews, etc. These films and many more over the coming weeks. Thanks for joining me today. Please push the old subscribe button if you've not already done so. Push the bell notifications. Thumbs ups are always nice to get. I'm very appreciative. It's always nice to get a thumbs up, isn't it? Anyway, join me again for something else very, very soon. Thanks for watching this. What are you going to do with your rest of your day? Have a great one. Look after yourself. Look after your friends, and more importantly, look after your family. And hopefully you'll join me again very soon for something else. This is Bernard saying goodbye for now.